Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor for Creative Memories Scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks fabulous. So today, we just ended our really fun Croptoberfest scrap weekend, and we had a few really great classes, and now it's time to do my YouTube video. So I'm glad you could all join me. And I actually have a few friends who are here watching and scrapping along because they didn't want to leave. So that's all good, ladies. So I'm going to go over to my workspace and we'll get this show on the road. All right, I'm just going to move this down here so I can see. So the virtual crop was going on this weekend, and one of the sketches that was on the crop was this one. So for some reason, it really had a lot of appeal to me, so I decided to give it a whirl. So this is actually a page that I just did on my own. I've seen this pattern before, and it's a fun, easy one to do. So I did that as a second page to what was just a one-page sketch. So this is the actual page that was the sketch in the virtual crop, and I added this one in. So I'm going to do this one, and then depending on how much time it takes, I might try to do this one too. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to have a 2-hour long video here, but I at least want to get this page done. So I used Serene Waters for this, and I am just really loving this collection. I love the vibrant orange in it. I love blue, but it's just so easy to work with, and I think has a lot of eye appeal. And I loved using the orange shimmer paper. It really complements this this collection really nicely. So if you have some orange shimmer and you have Serene Waters, you are good to go. All right, so I'm going to put this one to the side. And what I'm going to use to create this time is the Golden Harvest collection. So these 2 pages here are going to be my base pages. All right. Now I did start a little bit just so we could save on time. So I did kind of pre-cut I pre-cut a lot of strips. So these are all Golden Harvest. So this sketch, I think one of the things that appealed to me is it's a nice way to use up some scraps. And I've been using a lot of Golden Harvest lately. So I had a lot of scrap pieces. So when I did my plus sign design on this one, I didn't really have to do a lot in terms of the plus sign, because basically the layout, this was the special part of the layout. This was easy to figure out. So my photos, the mats are 4.5 by 6.5, and the photos are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. But when I did my plus sign design, I pretty much was able to figure out that this whole area here is 4 inches wide and 12 inches long. So what I did was created 2 separate strips. And if this doesn't make sense right now, I'm going to show you, but I figured I'd tell you first. So 2 2-inch strips, and then all of these strips that I created here are 1/2-inch strips. Okay. So what I did is I took my free white cardstock, you know, that comes in your paper packs, and I cut 2 2-inch strips. Now I pre-did this one just to get us going. So this one is just 4 1/2-inch by 12-inch long strips. All right. And if you see here, we have the same thing here. We've got 4 1/2-inch by 12-inch long strips. And then all I did, because it's 3 sections, I just cut them into 3 4-inch sections. So I'm going to do that with this one after I get this part taken care of. So this part is actually not hard to do at all. So take your 12-inch by 1/2 inch strips, and now you're just going to cut them down. And what's nice about our trimmer is you can cut a bunch of them at once, because it's such an easy, you just want to make sure they're all kind of equal. And I'm going to make 3-inch strips here. So just take, once you've made your 1/2 inch by 12-inch strips, you want to cut them into 3-inch strips. So I'm just going to do some cutting here. I might have a little too many here, but I'm just going to keep cutting, and look at that. Perfect. And we'll do some more. The tricky thing is just keeping them all. But the nice thing about this is you don't have to be too precise with the measurements, because you're going to end up cutting a lot of them off. So just cut a bunch. And I like doing this kind of layout. For me, it's very kind of relaxing, truthfully. You don't have to think too much. You just cut your strips and paste them on. Great. Some little ends there, but that's okay, because I'm not going to need the whole strip anyway. And we'll cut a few more. I'm just trying to get a bunch of different patterns because I like the look. So, oops. And I don't know about all of you, but today in Massachusetts is a beautiful day. I was just kind of outside a little earlier, and wow, I didn't realize how beautiful it was today. So if you're in Massachusetts right now, well, you won't see this till 8 o'clock at night, so I guess it doesn't matter, but it was a beautiful day today. All right. So let's just get these cut a little more. And do one more bunch here, I think, and then we should be good. Now you're going to want your repositionable tape runner. And let me think, is there anything else you need? Just your 12-inch trimmer, maybe your scissors too. You might want your scissors. Let's see. Right. One. All right, last one. And then we can start hacking down. All right. So we're going to put the trimmer aside. And we're going to just kind of look at all our different patterns. And what I'm going to do is take, this is a 2-inch by 12-inch strip. And to make it easier, I'm just going to take my tape runner and put it all over this strip. It will make things go much quicker for you. And that just ran out of tape runner. That's why I always have my second tape runner on hand. So I'm just going to go all the way down this strip. All right. So now we're just going to take whatever strips feel good. And we're just going to start, I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're just going to put them on. Now, if you want, you can line them all up right at the edge, but I'm going to line them up a little bit off because I like to give them a good clean cut at the end, and then everything is nice and straight. But just have fun mixing and matching all the different patterns. It will look really pretty on your page. And I try to make sure that any pattern that's on this strip gets onto this one, because you want them to kind of coordinate to some degree. All right. And then you want to repeat your patterns also. And then you can always add a new one in. So I'm thinking, oh, good, here's some red. And I think I have some green I can add in there too. Oh, here's some green. Actually, let's put a print on first. So by putting the adhesive on the actual strip, it just makes it go a lot faster. You're able to adhere a lot quicker. And I like easy. And then I think we need a little brown. And then let's do some repeats here. And you're pretty much just putting them up against each other. And let's see. This is kind of the signature pattern here, this leafy print. Oh, I love that paper. Let's see. Oh, we can put this one on too. Maybe a little more green. And the magic is when you cut it at the end, because it looks really cool. I think I want more pumpkins too. Here, we'll do this one. That one. Very pretty. Look at this little edge here. Okay, get that off. All right, let's see. I would love another red. Oh, and here it is. Get a little more red on. This. And we're almost to the end. Let's see. Let's do. I need another one of this. Oh, and another yellow. And then use that other brown. Now, I could have been a little more organized about this and left these in little piles, but it's the end of the day for me. So, oh, I wasn't that organized today. And then I love this next to the brown. It's really pretty. And I think one more piece will do it. I think I'm gonna go with maybe another green. All right. So you should have something that looks like this if you're playing along. And when you look at the back, it looks like this. So you can take a pair of scissors, or you can take your trimmer and trim off all the extra. I'm just going to put this in my trimmer. Just grab my multi-purpose tool. Now I'm going to line it up right so my base piece is lined up on the cut line. And I'm just going to use my multi-purpose tool here to get that out and just have that little guide go all the way down to make sure it is exactly where I want to cut, and it is. And all of that can come off. And listen, don't keep these little scraps. I'm giving you permission. Get rid of them. I just don't see anybody using them. All right, so now we're going to go over to this side and do the same thing. And actually, I have a little overhang on the bottom, so I'm going to cut that off first. And then here. All right. So now we have this. How pretty. All right. And I'm going to get rid of all those little scraps. So now what you're going to do is come over, and this is a 4 by 12 inch strip. So this is 4 inches wide by 12 inches long. Oh, wait a minute. I need my trimmer again. So I need to cut these pieces. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces. So I'm going to cut at the 4 inch line. So here's 1. And then I'm going to cut again at the 4 inch line. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. So cut at the 4 inch line and the 4 inch line. All right, now I'm just going to adhere these. So I'm just going to kind of follow the pattern over here. So I've got, I'm going to put my pumpkins this way. So that, all right. And then I'm going to take one of these pieces and put it right next to that one. Should probably stand up to do this so I can see, but. And now if this doesn't fill exactly the whole width, again, you can just trim off anything that's extra. All right, and then looking at the pattern, I need my vertical lines here. And then I need another one of these. So you're just pretty much going back and forth. I think I might put the green here. I'm going to move this one over. For some reason, this is a little short, but that's okay, because we'll just cut off the extra. That's the nice thing about this layout. It's pretty forgiving. If things aren't perfect. All right, so I have a little bit of extra here, so I'm going to just cut a little bit off. I just want to make sure that this is that's good. All right. And now we have our beautiful little patchwork piece. All right, so let's see how that looks on our base page here. Ooh, pretty. Love it. All right, so then what I did for my little side here, I did this little design, and I think I've seen this before with, it's not my creation by any means, but it's a fun one and it's fairly easy to do. So I'm going to do the same thing. This is a 1.5 by 12-inch strip. And I'm just, again, going to put tape runner all over this strip. And I didn't, well, I guess I had a method per se, but, you know. So you're just going to start and you're going to put everything on the diagonal. So you want to cover that little corner here. You don't want to leave, you don't want to do this where you have a little piece of the white showing. You just want to cover that. All right. So that first piece will end up being really small, and that's fine. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Oh, that might work better, actually. All right. So you're just going to keep lining them up on the diagonal. All right. And then once you've you want to make sure that there is paper hanging off of each side. That's how you know you're covering all the white. And once you've done that, then you can start on your next layer and going in different directions. And it gives that herringbone effect, right? It's kind of cool. Oh, let's put something dark first. And then really all you do is just play with your patterns, you know, mix it up a little bit. You can do here. And some pumpkins. And I'm going to put one more piece there just to cover. All right. And then I'm going to come back this way and start here. You know what? I want more of that paper showing. So let's do. Oh, let's do this orangey one. So as long as there's no white showing through, you're in good shape. And just keep on going. And let's see what else do we get. Oh, I can do some. Let me do the plaid. I think we could use some green. But I love that you can use up your scraps doing this. That makes me happy. All right, we're getting there. Okay, and you see how this pattern is developing as we go. It's so pretty. Yeah, let's see, let's start with this guy. And again, make sure there's no white showing. Good, 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 good. Maybe some yellow. Do another piece of green. All right, and oh, I think we could use some more plaid. All right, and then this might be my last row, I think. Oh, I just want to fix this one a little bit. There's just a little speck of white there showing. All right, so let's do some. I'll wait on that one. Let's do this one. This one. And this one. What I love is when you have all of this kind of hanging and then you go and cut off the edges, it just makes it look so cool. Like, I don't know, it all comes together, right? I enjoy that look. All right, I think one more piece will do it. Maybe we'll make that piece. Do I have more green? Oh, maybe oh, here's another piece of green. Perfect. Oops, let me just get that on. All right, so now you have something that looks like this. Pretty cool. And on the back side, it looks like this. So again, you can take your scissors or you can take your trimmer. Now this one's a little trickier because both end pieces have stuff hanging over. And I think it's better if you cut the excess off of one end piece first, just so you have a way to stabilize things. All right, and then you're gonna, again, line the base piece up to the cut line. And the end piece will be a little tricky because you have a little excess there. But use your little guide here to make sure it's cutting where you want it to cut. And I think that's just a little too far over. So do it. And you can just brush all that off. All right. And then let's cut the other end piece. All right. And then our last side. So it goes pretty quickly. Once you know what your papers are. And again, this is just such a great way to use up your scraps and make something pretty. All right, so here we go. Isn't that so cute? I love it. All right, so, and I think I'm not loving this base paper with this patchwork. So I think what I might do is turn it over and see how the other side. I think that's going to look better. Oh yeah, I like that much better. So we're going to go with that. All right, and I think I have, here's my, let me move this away. Oops. And now I do still have scraps left, but I used a lot of them up too, so that's nice. So here's my 2-page spread. And I'll just tack those down. And then all that's left to do is your photo maps and photos and your embellishments. So let me just put this in here. And all right. So this was a fun little thing. Like I said, I saw the sketch on the virtual crop and I thought, ooh, I need to try that. It looks like fun. And it was. And it's got a really pretty effect. I enjoy this stuff. So so that is it for today's little lesson, if you will. I would just like to remind everybody, we have a Facebook group. It's called FRQ Glitz Girls. And we are a free group, a bunch of scrappers who just love chatting about scrapping in any way, shape, or form. And you can join us over there. All we do is ask you to answer our simple, I think we have 3 questions, and agree to the rules, and we'd be happy to let you in. Also, if you are looking for a fabulous advisor because you don't already have one, I would love to be yours, and you can always check out my website at www.creativememories.com/user/Michelle Fitz. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can always reach me at fitzy'sfabulousScrapbooks@gmail.com. I will put all of this info in the description for the video as well. And now I'm going to come back up. Let's see, where am I? Here I am. Hold on. Ta-da! Here I am. My friend Izzy always tells me I have to go back to me, so I'm taking her advice. All right, so I'm glad you all could join me on this wonderful, beautiful Sunday evening in Massachusetts, and hopefully it's beautiful wherever you are as well. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of our little layout here. Again, this was from the virtual crop that was going on, and I just think it was an adorable little sketch. Ooh, and I'll put my original one on here just so you can see. All right. Oh, I guess you can't see because we're back to me. Oh, well. All right. So everybody have a wonderful week. I will see you next Sunday, as always, at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Although I think, no, we're still on Daylight Savings Time. We switch back in a few more weeks. I'm getting a nod from Diane. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go back to my scrapping ladies, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.